Ask a grown man, be like, hey, who's your best friend? They'll be like, when I was 8? Be like, Andrew Behrens? I haven't thought about him in 28 years. No, Jimmy, I'm at that age now. I'm 36, and I realized I don't really have friends. You know this. You hit a certain age.
Yeah.
And unless, you know, it's golf, gambling, or video games, you have no friends. Steve, do you have any friends?
Yeah.
Right? Like, Jimmy, do you have friends, sincerely?
No.
See what
Probably not. No, of course.
No. Nancy has friends, and then you're friends with their husbands.
When people ask me, like, why I don't go on dates or why I'm not dating anybody, it's honestly simple, and it's because I hate this generation. I live in a generation or an era of Netflix and chill, which is considered a date. I live in a generation where people consider dating someone as talking. I live in a generation where courting seems to be extinct. I live in an era of not wanting a title, but still wanting relationship benefits. And that's just not going to work with me. So I prefer to continue to live this peaceful life that I have found and made for myself than to be put in these not so great circumstances.
Can you define hypergamy?
Hypergamy?
Mm-hmm.
No, can you define it for me?
Yes. So hypergamy essentially is the act of marrying up somebody who you believe is more successful than you.
Right.
So which gender do you believe uses hypergamy more?
I think it depends on the situation.
Okay, but in general though, which gender do you believe practices hypergamy more?
Again, I think it depends.
What does it depend on?
I think that you're taking this way out of context, to be honest.
How am I taking it out of context by asking you a question?
You're trying to prove that you are better than women with these interviews.
By asking questions?
Yes.
What's the logic behind that?
I divorced my husband. Why did I divorce my husband? I divorced my husband because I was making a certain amount of money. I divorced my husband because I thought I didn't need him anymore. I divorced my husband because I had this senior position at work and thought I held the same position at home. I divorced my husband because I thought I was better than him because I had my degree now. I divorced my husband because I thought a successful marriage meant I was here and he was down here. That is not success. That's fucking sickness. I found myself divorced and out there looking for love in all the wrong places, fucking this one and that one and that one and that one and this one and that one, and my body count going up and my value going down. I'm just gonna call it like a TI is. All the while, my husband done found somebody else building a relationship and building a life with them. I should have stayed married to my husband. I felt like I was on this dark road with no street lights, pitch dark, and I couldn't find my way and didn't know which way to go. I felt lost. I felt like I was walking barefoot on that dark road with pebbles and hot rocks sticking my foot. I felt hurt. I felt alone because every time he and that one and this one and that one left my bed, I was alone all by myself. And which was supposed to be soft and comfortable for me, my pillow, it was now filled with tears. I should not have left my husband. I am filled with joy.
Hey, Vesa, once this as like you already know, family husband should don't get it twisted, man. Woman, and child, or children, to create family, community, or society overall. You know what I stand for. You know what it is. Now, what you just heard was truth, reality. The truth that you don't often hear because you already know the narrative is, I left my husband or I left my man because he was abusive, he was a narcissist, he was controlling, he was this, he was that, all the negatives, right? What you just heard is a story that you don't hear, the other side of the reality. I can appreciate that story because, again, it shows the truth. These people get the bigger head. They get the swelled ego, and they think they stunting. They think they're doing something, and all they're doing is just shooting themselves in the foot. So, again, respect to this older lady for saying what she's saying after she did what she did, and recognizing her fault. Granted, the clock didn't tick, the time ran out, but at the end of the day, she has what they call accountability. She owned up to her fuck-ups. Can you?
Oh, what's up, bro?
It's nothing personal.
Huh? women are not intellectually capable of making their own decisions properly to safeguard themselves.
The average black woman in America don't get no older than about 14. Talk to her and deal with her like you dealing with a 14-year-old. Don't come at her like you dealing with an equal, because she's not going to be able to accept that. We cut off at about 14 or 15. We don't develop and mature no further until we get some new information and accept some different information.
It's actually called regression. And regression is when a person is triggered, they actually revert into their inner child. And then when you add in damaged neuroception, which is what the first young lady was talking about, this means you have an inverted sense of reality, which means you think bad boys are good and good guys are bad. So what does a woman do with this information? Every woman needs a husband. And if you're out here single, especially if you have kids, you are doomed just being out here by yourself without a man to actually regulate your emotions and to guide you and to keep you from not only ruining your life, but ruining your child's life.
Women, in my opinion, have lost their motherfucking mind. Like, ever since they've gotten freedom to do things, and their freedom comes from wicked people. Trust me. All the things you're able to do, wicked people enabled you to do it. So you can destroy your neighborhoods and everything. I'm talking to all women of the Western world here in America. Your freedom has destroyed not only your neighborhoods, not only the family, you have destroyed you. And because I'm saying, like, if you look at child support, the way people alter their bodies and all that shit, this is all because women have freedom. I'm telling you, the best women in the world is a woman who has followed and got direction from a man. All women that's raised by women are destroyers of the world. All women raised by women are destroyers of the world. You can research this all you want. The best, most quality women are the women who have been given the information, the game, whatever you want to call it, by a man in their life.
I met a woman who's got some principles for real, but I'm saying, like, most of the women that I've run into are in situations where, you know, principles aren't the first thing that they're going to come with. In fact, they don't even really work on principles. They're at survival level. When you're at a survival level, you know what I'm saying? You'll compromise yourself and do things. These girls that I give $200 to don't really want me. Right. But they need the $200. Why? Listen, man.
At least you came to the realization.
Right. I'll be with girls that are actually beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they might have a blue hair and the tattoos on their neck, but they're beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect us to make it. I expect as long as you are in a struggle situation, I am a major player in your life.
I heard that.
So
up until she get on her feet, you'll be there.
Man, listen, man, I've always said this, man. A woman who can take care of herself, I probably don't got a shot at. You know what I'm saying? But why deal with women who found a way? I look for the ones who are still lost at sea. I'm that light in the ship with a bowl of soup on it. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm doing.
At least you know your place. You know what I'm saying? All right, now, Corey Holcomb, Corey speak on it. Body counts. All righty? As men, do we want to know our woman's body count?
Most men can't handle their woman's true body count, especially if she in poverty.
Right.
I'm just saying, I don't really care about your body count. I trust that God will lead me into the right situation where I won't come out of it sick. I mean, like, when I was young, I probably met one girl who had me sick or something like that. Now that I'm older, it's like I have instincts. I can see this. The girls who believe that they better than the girls who are on the street selling it.
Right. So is there a number
safer to deal with?
Like, say for instance, if a guy has 10 bodies as his body count.
Oh, he ain't got no money.
Right. But okay, let's just say he have 10 and the girl has 10. Is there a difference?
I don't know what a guy does with his body, and I don't care.
Right.
I think, like, body count thing, that's like for younger guys. Younger guys who are looking for a wife because they're lost.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying everybody who's married is lost, but when you're younger, it's my
I
opinion.
get that from you sometimes.
Yeah, I'm saying when you're younger, you think you're supposed to find a wife and go sign that marriage certificate, where basically your whole marriage is belonging to the state and all like that. When you're older, I don't care about a girl's body count. All I care is if she can be quiet when I'm around her.